that smile.
Don't waste another minute on your crying. We're nowhere near the end.
Nowhere near the best is ready to begin.
Oh, as long as we got each other, we got the world spinning right in our hands, baby, you and me.
We gotta be
The luckiest dreamers who never quit dreaming. As long as we keep on giving, we can take anything that comes our way. Baby, rain or shine, all the time. We got welcome back. Your dreams were your ticket out. Welcome back to that same old place that you laughed about. Well, the names have all changed since you hung around, but those dreams have remained and they've turned around. Who'd have thought they'd lead you? Who'd have thought they'd lead you? Back here where we need you. Back here where we need you. Yeah, they tease him a lot, 'cause we got him on the spot. Welcome back. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. We always could spot a friend. Welcome back. And I smile when I think how you must have been. And I know what a scene you were learning in. Was there something that made you come back again? And what could ever church?
Sometimes I get stoned in my backyard, lay off in the tall grass so my view is the stars. I think about nothing, get to clear my thoughts from all the thunder and lightning, so I feel a spark. Sometimes I get higher than the Colorado Rockies, hoping that the county sheriff don't stop me. Like Charlie Daniels said, you shouldn't smoke at dough, but damn it, I can't help, I love Rolling Stone. With the windows rolled down and the radio up, sweet tea full in my solo cup, listening to the humming of the 44, sounding like a concert. I'm a beat up gold, arm hanging out the window, smiling away, smoking on some ground where the cattle graze. Charlie Daniels said you shouldn't go smoke at dough. Hell, I can't help, I love Rolling Stone. Yeah, I love Rolling Stone. Smoke rolling round the cab with the dome light on, looking like a stage for a Leonard Skinner song. Hanging out with Mary Jane, but she's making the time go slow. Making memories with my buddies through the thick green smoke, puff passing out the windows of my old Tahoe. Lifted so damn high I can't come down, driving under the speed limit in my town. With the windows rolled down and the radio up, sweet tea full in my solo cup, listening to the humming of the 44, sounding like a concert. I'm a beat up gold, arm hanging out the window, smiling away, smoking on some ground where the cattle graze. Charlie Daniels said you shouldn't go smoke at dough. Hell, I can't help, I love Rolling Stone.
Good morning, everyone. Gerard, hello, hello. You were talking about the Welcome Back Cotter song, and I love that song too. Hey, teachers, going for coffee. All right. Have a great Friday. I made a cup of coffee a pot of coffee, which is 2 cups of coffee. It's a little coffee pot. Now I'm just going to try to drink water. Just got done smoking a bunch of weed. So I'm trying to recover from that. But I hope you guys are doing good. It's crazy Friday. Well, I mean, not around here, just from what I can see on the news. I was at the admin building yesterday. I'm going back today. And I had a pre-order for 3 dozen cupcakes that I had baked last night and decorated them this morning. So I got that out of the way. I got to go to the store at 7. Well, probably 7. Probably 8. I'll go to the store at 8 because it's already 5:30. So I'll probably be on here for a couple hours. Go to the store at 8, get some strawberries, and do it all over again. I got the farmer's market tomorrow, but it's raining. Well, it may not rain. Is it going to rain or is it not going to rain? Either way, it's not really going to be lemonade weather. Doesn't look like. But I've got a bunch of caramel apples I'm taking out there. Let's see here. Tomorrow. It doesn't look bad, but definitely a caramel apple day, not a lemonade day. What has everybody got going on today? Yeah, and I got the farmer's market Saturday, the country market on Sunday, the 23rd. Yep. I decided I'm not doing the macaw day. No one ever got back to me on that. What else I got written down? That's about it. And I did my first full week of my peptides, the Wolverine stack, which is the I got to say this right. Choppy was giving me shit. I said it right, motherfucker. It's PBC, Protective Body Compound 157 and TB 500. It's called the Wolverine stack. I did 5 days of that. It's supposed to help. This is all like anti-aging stuff and regenerative tissue repair and stuff like that. So Joe Rogan said his buddy in the NFL after 2 weeks, he was completely healed from his hamstring injury. So my elbows were all fucked up from punching this bag. And after 1 week, my left elbow, which I'm left-handed, feels at least twice as good as it did. My right one is still pretty sore. So hopefully 1 more week it'll be gone. Grateful, hello. Bear woke us up several times last night. Oh, damn. It's a young one. It might be missing its mama. Uh-oh. And now the mom's going to come around tomorrow night or tonight smelling the little bear. It decided to try and get into the garden, but the wobbly fence wouldn't hold it, so it never got in. But it made a bunch of noise banging on a shed. Dang. That's crazy. I wonder if anybody puts up Halloween decorations, like the motion activated ones, and that scares the shit out of the bears. Or people get their Halloween decorations mauled by bears ever around there. Wonder if that's ever happened. I wouldn't doubt it. What else? That's basically about it. All kinds of crazy videos today. There was an accident in New York. Get to my bookmarks. We'll just go down the line. A 90s commercial, or what is this? It says, I'd pay to wake up at wake up to this at 3:27 a.m. again.
Imagine owning the world's greatest love songs by the greatest voices of our time. In a once-in-a-lifetime collection. Time Life Music presents the Ultimate Love Songs Collection. 36 beautiful songs by all our favorite artists.
Have I told you lately that I love you?
Rod Stewart,
Have I told
Celine Dion, Phil Collins, Gloria Estefan. Get the Ultimate Love Songs Collection on 2 CDs for just $26.99. But wait, use your credit card and we'll take $10 off. That's right. You get 2 CDs for just $16.99.
And I swear by the moon and the stars and
Then review other romantic collections. Satisfaction guaranteed.
wherever you go,
Ultimate Love Songs is not sold in stores.
I will be right here waiting for you. Stuck on you.
So remember, use your credit card and get 2 beautiful CDs for just $16.99.
Guess I'm
Call 1-800-818-68.
You know, it's just amazing to look at people from back then. You know, most of us were all alive back then too. And for the most part, I mean, there are exceptions, but a lot of us have just, you know, I don't know what it is. Is it the water, the food, what they're spraying down on top of us? I mean, how are they able to change what an entire population of people look like? You know, where it's crazy. There's a whole society of people that, you know, that don't exist anymore. You know, it's been glazed over with all of the, you know, just garbage that's out there now. Absolute garbage. It's like a circus. You know, you can't have society today without makeup and wigs and you know, colorful, loud, high-heeled shoes and boots, and you know, you just can't. It's impossible. People can't, quote, be themselves without all of that stuff now. You basically need Spirit Halloween in order for society to run properly these days, if you think about it. People can't, if society is going to continue the way that it is, you can't just wake up in the morning, you know, like some of us do, take a shower, get dressed and go. It doesn't work that way. You know, even though I am who I say I am, I need massive amounts of makeup and prosthetics and a wig and a fucking, you know what I mean? You guys know where I'm going with this. It's crazy, you know, because were there cross dressers and all that kind of stuff back then? For sure. And I think the music industry is kind of one of the main, whether the artists knew it or not, they were steering people down that road, even with, like, you know, the big hair bands, all that stuff. How did they do that? How did they go from getting people to, you know, become rockers and wear denim and spike their hair and, you know, get like to be, you know, and work out, have big biceps and, you know, muscle shirts and all that shit. Girls with the big fancy hair and, you know, trying to look as sexy and as much like a woman as possible. You know, I mean, even back, you know, when we were kids, look at the movies that they put out. The movies sexualized high school. I mean, they made no bones about that. Like Fast Times at Ridgemont High, I think Porky's, Midnight Summer, whatever, all those were like high school based, and nudity, the whole 9 yards in a lot of those. Now, shit. Did you know Spirit Halloween headquarters is in Egg Harbor Township, New Jersey? I think I did. No, that's like where the flagship store is, right? Or is the flagship store like in Oklahoma or somewhere? They also do like Christmas spirit stores too. I know Todd had one up by him. Every time I go into a Spirit, I think of the reason. So it's like, how does that store exist when it can only make money a couple months out of the year? It's actually probably open like 3 months, August, September, October. How do they manage to make all that money? It's owned by Spencer's. Oh, interesting. So my theory for decades has always been, ever since Spirit came around, maybe the first year, I just was like overwhelmed when I seen the bottles of blood, like the actual, they had like, now that they kind of toned it down. You can get like a little pint of blood, but they had like gallons of blood for sale some years. Maybe they will again this year. I don't know. And I'm looking at all this stuff in there, and I'm like, there is another reason why they have all this stuff. The stuff is not strictly for Halloween. It cannot be. There's no way. This is what I'm just thinking years ago. And I still believe that. I think that, I mean, if you look at the Boston Marathon bombing, more than likely, and it's basically just, I mean, that one was so weird, you can't even make it up. They used people that were already amputated, right? So they put prosthetic legs on people. The fake explosion goes off. And now you have somebody that spills all this blood on the ground. And you have this illusion that somebody lost their leg. And that's what happened in the Boston Marathon bombing. And all the videos have been scrubbed now, but back then you could watch and Sandy Hook was a major one too. They had all these videos on actual like video footage. There was no AI back then. Maybe there was for the government to stage 9/11, but it wasn't in our hands. So you have all this amateur footage and you can see it. You can see the crisis actors. Then there's people posting videos of a girl that was supposed to have been involved in the Boston Marathon bombing. All of a sudden she's an amputee because of cancer or something, in a different story. You know what I mean? It's like they just use these people. And it's just like in Saving Private Ryan, when the people stormed the beach of Normandy, and they showed, Saving Private Ryan was kind of ahead of its time because it was so graphic in the way that they showed the graphics, and they used crisis actors, those type of people. They used amputees for those movies. So same type of thing. Anyway, I'm just rambling. How did I get from that? I don't know how my brain works sometimes. We were watching Michael Bull. This is the accident that happened in the corner in New York City. Somewhere's in New York. Manhattan. Corvette flew out of control into a Mercedes on West 204th and Sherman Avenue. No one was killed. It's impossible, but no one was killed.
Looking at this video, it's absolutely wild that nobody, including the man just trying to cross the street, had any sort of life-threatening injuries. I'm standing right here, actually by the crosswalk where that man was trying to cross, when the Corvette just flew out of control and hit a Mercedes in the intersection and then smashed into him. I want to walk you over here and show you something else that we just found up here in Inwood, in Upper Manhattan. So this glass pane window right here behind me, it got blown out in this situation. I just spoke with the owner of this bodega. The guy is really shaken up. He said he was 10 minutes late to work this morning. He said if he had been 10 minutes earlier, he would have been standing right there, and fears that it could have cost him his life with flying glass going everywhere. And there are stories like this all over this neighborhood, because this is really just an unbelievable situation. Again, looking at that video, I'm really just astonished that more people were not hurt. We're talking to the NYPD right now about if this was a drag racing incident, trying to figure out one way or another if it was. But really just an incredible situation up here in the Inwood section of Manhattan. Looking at this video.
Now, that video is bad enough. I mean, wow. Look at that. That car is already... There's no wheel touching the ground right now for that SUV. I didn't mean to pause it there, but yeah. In fact, the Corvette may not be touching the ground either. So at that moment, neither one of those cars is on the ground. And I think that guy on the corner knew what was going to happen. He had a premonition. You could tell, you know, but there wasn't really anything he could do about it. But he possibly saved his own life, because death was 1 foot to the left was him being dead. It's just amazing. But when I first came across this video, I mean, it looked like a movie. This is the first video that I've seen, because everybody has a cell phone now. I thought this was like a movie set. And remember, nobody died here.
Wow, man, de temprano aquí. I know who's done this. Oh, mira. Mira lo que pasó. Vivo, mira. Mira qué accidente, mira. 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 Haciendo cero ahí, yo.
Yo venía en la esquina, loco, ahí.
Mira, mira.
Yo dije, Dios mío.
Mira, yo.
Pero hay una gente metida ahí, loco.
No, lo sacamos.
¿Ya
Yo
lo sacaron ya?
Sí. Sí, también. También. Vivo. Todos los que hay aquí haciendo cero. En Chelma y la 204, señores. Vamos lo que hay. Chamaquito haciendo cero ahí. Ya lo sabes.
Just unbelievable. And I think I have one more video perspective of it I'm going to look for real quick. Give me 1 sec. Here we go.
Damn, my nigga. These niggas did some bullshit. Yo, my nigga. Holy shit. Oh my God. Damn, my nigga. These niggas did some.
Look at that guy just laying in there. He's not dead. But you could tell he was going way too fast. And these people, I mean, I just don't get it. You know, I have a lot of questions. How do you get a car that expensive?
Oh, shit.
And you end up in a situation like that. But the thing is that we hear it all the time. I mean, just take like a 80s rocker, for example, like, what's his name from Motley Crue? Takes his best friend out and kills him driving drunk in some fucking expensive car. Or the Def Leppard drummer fucked himself up and lost his arm and drunk in a car. I mean, it's over and over and over and over again. you'd think people would learn. But I think, you know, in the world that we live in today, in order to get ahead to where you have that type of fucking money, and, you know, you got to be an asshole. You know, you just don't care. It's not even that you don't care. Your job is to humiliate, intimidate, and just step on other people. You know what I mean? I think that's the game plan, to have that type of wealth. You know, and maybe this guy isn't a rich dude. Maybe that car isn't as expensive as I think it is, but I just don't get it. It's, you know, there's just no excuse for it. None. You know, that poor guy with the ripped pants. Yikes. Yeah. The one that was just standing there, you know. Ugh. All right, we'll move on. The Pope put out a tweet about an hour ago. Pope Leo what is that? The 4th? No, the 14th. The world does not need an artificial intelligence that diminishes humanity. Rather, it needs human intelligence, enlightened by wisdom, political authority, guided by conscious and technological innovation, directed by charity. Only then will artificial intelligence become not a rival to humanity, but a servant of the common good. And that's very true. You know, words of wisdom. But the problem is the people that are creating this so-called artificial intelligence are horrible. They're the worst people. You know, they are the worst people. It's the people that just gathered all the wealth, all of the knowledge, all of the technology, and they're just disgusting people, and they want to kill us. So what do we do about it? You know, that's the problem. I don't know what this is about, Lord Trump, but I was kind of skipping through it, so I'm going to just start it right about here because I had something to say.
God. And unfortunately, I think if you go over to the other side of the aisle,
got to go back just a little bit more.
and they go to church on a regular basis or temple or whatever it is, they pray, they have a relationship with God. And unfortunately, I think if you go over to the other side of the aisle, you won't find the same thing. And it's one of the reasons that I think that people get so all consumed with their hatred of Donald Trump, with their obsessive nature and just complete, obsession overall with this president, with the things that he wants to do. They can't help themselves. They can't see the forest through the trees.
They can't see the forest through the trees. That's I didn't get that far this morning. That's Linda Ronstadt. You and I travel to the beat of a different drum. Oh, can't you tell by the way I run? I can't remember when that part comes in, but she goes, you can't see the forest through the trees. Oh, don't get me wrong. It's not that I'm knocking it. It's just that whatever it is. She thinks she's a fucking singer. My first question is, are you a man, Laura Trump? You look like a man. I mean, she really does. The eyebrows. Well, she wants to be one of those people, How many sets of eyebrows does she have? Does she have more than one set of eyebrows? It really looks like she does. She is a very weird looking person. The problem is here, she's saying people that go to, what her argument here is, the title says something about Mark Cuban. I could never listen to her for 24 minutes. So like I said, I just skipped through. I found this part. Like, I was like, all right, I'll pick this part apart. She's trying to make the argument that people on the right, the Republicans, the GOP, whatever, go to church, God-loving people. And then on the other side of the aisle, they're not. You know, they're whatever. Okay, fair enough. This is DeSantis, right? Over here. Who is Ron DeSantis? Does anybody know who Ron DeSantis is? Is he, I always get him mixed up. Is he the governor of Florida? I need to look it up. Okay, so he's the governor of Florida. And he's definitely, yeah, he's the governor of Florida. He's definitely on the right because that's where Trump lives at, Mar-a-Lago and all that. I think Ron DeSantis and Trump, I don't know if they're friends, but they're definitely on the same aisle. So this is the aisle of the God-loving people. Well, Ron DeSantis, just read the post. He made his grandson perform oral sex on him during a cruise trip. And then the guy said he's going to make as many posts about this as possible to make this go viral. Ron DeSantis appointee and former Republican state representative Michael Caruso has been arrested on 5 felony charges involving the alleged sexual abuse of a child under 12, kidnapping, lewd molestation, lewd exhibition, luring a child, and child abuse. Caruso previously supported Florida's brutal new penalties for people who sexually abuse children. Okay, and here's a picture of him right here. But I want to show you a picture of him. Just another picture of him. Let's just look at another picture of him. And they're saying he could possibly face the death penalty. Now, you never know. I haven't done any research on this because I just snapped when I seen that. So we'll give him the benefit of the doubt. Hold on. What is Michael Caruso being charged with specifically? Just reading about it real quick. DeSantis appointed Caruso in August of 2025. He was arrested this last August. Well, this month. He was arrested on the 18th, 3 days ago. He was arrested 3 days ago. DeSantis immediately suspended him from office. The dude denies the allegations. The thing is, guys, with this stuff, this is nothing. Hold on. I need to close some of these out. I mean, this is so fucking disturbing. This guy. Let me get back to. I can't confirm that one of the charges is he made his grandson perform oral sex on him, but the 5 felony charges is sexual abuse of a child under 12, including kidnapping and all this stuff. So is it his grandson that the charges are pending against? I don't know. I couldn't find that part out. I didn't want to take up too much time. The thing is, this is the thing. Whether Ron DeSantis is just so stupid and unresearched and just doesn't know who he's, and that's probably what it is, because I think this guy is like, I don't know who this guy is. I think he's just a plant. All of them are. But the people that are putting these pedophiles and murderers in office, like the Victor Marxes and people like this, they're everywhere. And look at all the people in Turning Point USA and all this stuff. The puppet masters are putting all of these people in place all over the country. And then you're going to have the couple pockets, the artificial pockets, like New York, of course, because New York was the place chosen to go communist, artificially communist. Michigan, Minnesota, Country's fucked up. So back to, and they say it looks a lot like Rabbi Shmuley, which he does look a lot like that fucking pedophile motherfucker too. Back to her point about the God and stuff like.
And when we're not doing that anymore, which we're not in great, parts of this country, I mean, it's just like a void, then yeah, guess what becomes your religion? These crazy political ideas. And I think if you interviewed or talked to and polled most people who consider themselves to be conservative, I think you would find for the most part that they are very strongly, religious, at least religious to a certain extent.
Such a grifter, such a propagandist, and so dangerous for her to be, nobody listens to this lady anyways. These people are just in an artificial bubble where they preach to the choir. They just preach to their own little circle. But stada boon, rooster, kisses, biceps, and hundreds. Buongiorno. Yeah, that's actually what I'm on right now. I'm doing the meet and greet. I finished the cafe session, ordering the cornitos, and the cappuccinos and the tea, right? Tea is tea. Coffee is cafe, I think. Grazia. Salve. So hope Thindu's doing good. But yeah, so you can't, I don't know if you heard that one, Thindu, but that's just beyond disgusting. And that's Florida. So we've seen the crash in New York. Everyone's lucky to be alive there. People just drive like animals. This is what we have here, and this is another thing. The same people, for those of us that have like actually grown up in America, unlike a lot of these people that are claiming that they're these people of God and all these new people that are in politics, that are in power, they didn't actually grow up here. They grew up in Israel or wherever the fuck they grew up. Here in America, if you grew up around Black people. You grew up around Asians. You grew up around everybody, unless there's certain, people that live in like the country that are just, they're all white out there, whatever. That's not the case with these people. And the way they talk, this Tyler, do we even know who Tyler Oliveira is? 420,000 followers. Man with the camera asking people questions with a small microphone. That's what it says. He's followed by people like Congressman Brandon Gill. Okay? Brandon Gill from Texas follows him. So he's definitely a somebody. But he posts yesterday, I'm amazed by how many Black people have threatened to kill me for defending my cameraman against this thug trying to jump us. So America, the real America doesn't talk like that. Is there racism and do we have racial issues? Yes. But these people are gaslighting and they're trying to speak for everybody. And, it's the Chud the Builders out there. Don't chimp out, calling people the N-word for no reason. Here's another one of these guys. And they're doing this on purpose. These are the same people that are putting these chimos, Mr. Chomo here, in positions of power. They're doing it on purpose. They know what these people are, and they're doing it on purpose. The same how this guy is just gaslighting black people now. Black people should be disavowing this culture, not defending it. Just gaslight. I'm not even gonna play the video. Let me see if we got any more in the chat. ALV is in the house. Buongiorno, Stadabone to ALV. ALV's got the double dipper tonight. Part history, part ghost story. Hopefully we have at least one video for the panel. Candace played this yesterday because they're basically, not basically, they literally are accusing her of lying and manipulating a picture of Tyler Robinson. Because the picture of Tyler Robinson that she showed, it's not him. He's way too big to be Tyler Robinson. So she's fucking pissed off. And she's on vacation now for 10 days. Yesterday was her last show. She dropped this little gem yesterday. She said, "Oh yeah, so I manipulated that picture. Well, here's the entire video." So here we go. And it's just a short little video, but look at that guy. That is not Tyler Robinson. Look at those shoulders and those biceps. From that distance, that's Tyler Robinson, that scrawny little fuck that's sitting there in court. I don't think so. But good try. So obviously it's not a doctored photo. We have ghost photos to debunk. Okay, nice. All right. This picture was taken yesterday of Mount Rainier. Can we get a better photo? That's not good. The snowpack is, I don't know if that's the lowest it's ever been, but I think it's got to be close. Because I remember back in, I think 2021, it got to 115 degrees one day. I was selling snow cones at a firework for the fireworks season, and they closed on a Monday because it was 115 degrees. It was too dangerous to open. That's never happened here before. So it was really low that year. That don't look good because then, the rivers and, all that kind of stuff, the fish. This is what I think is like a flock camera with bullet holes in it. And it says, I don't know, it looks like weather damage to me. I mean, at this point, that's just my own opinion. Fuck the people that are putting those cameras up and fuck those cameras. I'm all for it. I'm personally not going to go out and do it, but I'm all for it. I will clap and cheer every time I see somebody tear down a flock camera. Fuck those cameras. We don't need those cameras. What we need is for people to quit pretending that, oh, well, this guy said that I'm not allowed to do my job as a police officer. So I'm not allowed to, unfortunately, I have to let the city go to shit and let these people act like animals and speed down the road like we just seen that accident. Do your fucking job. Quit acting like fucking complete assholes and working against every single thing in this country, the fucking potholes, the immigrants, all the bullshit, and just do what we elect you people to do. Quit fucking us over. That's all we ask. That's all we ask. It's not that hard. Quit fucking us over. People are ubat. Yes, they are. Did you guys see that accident? Were you guys here for the accident in Manhattan on Sheridan Avenue or whatever it was? Yeah. So anyway, fuck those cameras. Because when I see these cameras now, there's one in particular. Everybody talks about it on Facebook, and it's going up a hill, and it's hard to go 35 miles an hour up a hill. You're either going to go too slow or too fast, and it gets a lot of people. So you get all nervous, and it's just, I hate those fucking things. This is moments after Charlie Kirk was killed. We got a lot on that from Candace in the last few days. This is his security guard that we showed yesterday, Dan Flood, turning on his meta glasses. He's grabbing something under the table. They're supposed to be down there saving Charlie Kirk's life. If it was me, if I was Charlie Kirk's best friend and I was there, I would have fucking drop kicked all those guys. The goal would be to get out of the way as fast as possible and get the paramedics down on top of him as fast as possible. We don't need to be around him until the paramedics get there. You know what I mean? Like, that should just be the first thing. One of us call 911. We know there's paramedics there somewhere. If they didn't see this happen, they had to have heard it. Direct them exactly where Charlie's at, and let's get him worked on and get him in the ambulance and get him the fuck out of here to the hospital. Not let's go down here and start picking shit up and handing shit off, and then you grab an arm, I'll grab a leg, you grab a wing, and let's shove him into the SUV that we can't shut the door because he's too big. You know what I mean? It's just fucking stupid. Can you imagine that? In the moments that, the people that you paid good money to save your life, you get hit, and they're supposed to be saving your life, and they're actually making sure you're going to die. Because that's really what I think is happening down there. They're not trying to save that wound. They're trying to make sure that what the world saw on videotape is going to make sense. It's crazy. It's fucking, it's just, it's insane to know. There's a website you can go to now to see if your license has been read. Interesting. Why did I bookmark this one? Because I believe this is kind of a long one. I think I'm going to come back. This will be the last one I play. Yeah, that's a good little speech he gives here, but it's 8 minutes, so I'm gonna wait till the end. Conor McGregor. Let's talk about Conor McGregor for a second. Let's go to his page. 3 hours ago, so who knows what time that was. He puts, a rich man without God is a poor man with money. His next tweet, at the same time, my Mac Energy business partners, American heroes Jeff Gum and Rob O'Neill, at the Pentagon with our specialized Mac Energy cans. Okay. Why are you at the Pentagon with your energy drink? For what? 3 hours ago, he also tweeted, in the world against the truth, if the world is against the truth, then I am against the world. Lying lips are an abomination to the Lord. I'd rather be canceled by society than rejected by Christ. And then he also tweeted one at the same time, John 14:6. I don't know what John 14:6 is. I mean, obviously it's a Bible verse. Problem is with people like this guy, and you know, he's a good representation of all the people that are preaching to us about God. Erica Kirk, Rob McCoy. You guys know who they all are. Frank Turek. Anybody that's preaching about God, it's absolute disgusting. They're the most horrible people. They're pedophiles. They're rapists. I mean, you can't make it up. Those are the people that murderers. Those are the people that are preaching to us about God lately. So, and Connor's no exception. Yeah, wife beater, rapist, sexual abuser, cheater, old man beater, just bad behavior, knocking people's phones out of their hands, showing his dick off every chance he gets. You know, he's just a pig. He's an absolute pig. He's a horrible representation of the UFC. And so why would anybody want to listen to what he has to care what he has to say about God? You know? I'd rather watch his yacht sink out in the Mediterranean than listen to him talk about a Bible verse. John 14:6 is a verse that says the only way to God is belief in Jesus. And see, that there is just inciting violence, propaganda. That's such a loaded verse in the context of August 2026. Because in August 2026, Jesus is the elephant in the room, right? Because the Zionists and those people hate Jesus. They don't like Jesus. They don't believe in Jesus. They believe in something else. I don't know. We would have to bring ALV up here to give us the religious background of all of that. But that is the elephant in the room. If a lot of people may not know that, okay? It's like people like Erica Kirk are preaching about God, but does she ever talk about Jesus? You know what I mean? They talk about the Lord and they talk about God in the Shabbat, or the Sabbath and Shabbat Shalom and, you know, Daddy's home. You could get into a full-on debate about Christians and born again. Yeah, 100%. And, you know, like I said, I'm not a religious person in the traditional sense. I just let everybody, I always have went with the idea that just let everybody believe what they want to believe. What's the big deal? You know, you want to be Buddhist, be Buddhist. You want to be a Jew, you want to be a Christian, whatever. But not anymore. We can't think like that anymore because these people are, it's a hostile takeover and they're leading us down the path to hell, to torture and hell and misery and taking over our country. So fuck them and their word of God, their fake word of God, including Erica Kirk and Conor McGregor and Donald Trump. Fuck all them guys because they're not about God. They're about power and money and abusing that power and money to control all of us. And I'm sick of it, for one, you know, and I'm not buying any of their fucking bullshit. None of it. I mean, to me, Conor McGregor can just fuck off. I could care less about that guy. He means nothing. Absolutely nothing. Speaking of the Jews, 3 rich brothers were recently convicted in the U.S. after building a sex trafficking network that drugged and violently raped women, including underage girls. And this was Tal Oren and Alan Alexander. They each faced up to 15 years and up to life in prison for following their federal sex trafficking convictions. A federal jury found all 3 of the brothers guilty on all counts, including sex trafficking, conspiracy, and sexual abuse in March of 2026. And what they did, where did I read about that? One of them was like videotaping it and shit. It's fucked up. They did it in the Southamptons. 17, I think it's like a 17-year-old. And anyway, let me just get back to the. Let me see if there was anything in the comments. Gronk. They were born in attend Jewish day school, observe Shabbat, and the family has long supported Israel and Jewish causes. A Manhattan federal judge convicted them in March. Trial evidence led to the convictions, including sex trafficking of a minor and sexual exploitation of a minor. In 2009, a 16-year-old was raped by Tal Allen, others at a Southampton mansion after school. A 17-year-old was videotaped while incapacitated during and assaulted by Oren. Another 17-year-old was assaulted by Alon in Aspen in 2017. Over 60 women alleged assault spanning years. No public records detail victims' religions. So I'm not the one saying it, it's just facts. Oh, this is just crazy looking. Look at this poor bird. Its leg is completely gone. It's hanging on by a hook and a fucking swivel from somebody's fishing line. So please, everyone, please don't throw your fishing line out there. Look at that. I mean, I'm not a fan of seagulls, but damn, that sucks. This is just weird. I mean, you know, this kind of reminds me of why Michael Jackson was killed. And why it's just, you know, this is just the pile of shit that corporate America is today. You know, I didn't watch the whole video, but it's Chris Hansen talking about he can't even watch the premiere to his own movie because of some legal reasons.
They made a movie about you.
They have.
Robert Pattinson is playing you.
Yes.
Again, let's watch a clip of that. Prime time.
Who are you? Why don't you have a seat right there? I'm Chris Hansen with Dateline NBC, and we're doing a story on adults who try to meet teens online. You see how this looks, right?
You saw this for the first time
See how this looks.
today.
I didn't see it.
You haven't seen it yet?
I was supposed to see it at 10 o'clock this morning at 824 offices. The lawyers at 824 wanted me to sign away my rights to my name, image, and, you know, brand, essentially, as well as any potential legal rights that would come out of the movie. I couldn't sign that. So they didn't show me the film. I went all the way over there where you and I are going to have to go to the theater and see it together when it comes out, I guess. But who's going to sign something like that?
They made you sign away everything
I
just to
wouldn't
see
sign it just to see it.
Did you bring a lawyer to the screening?
The lawyers had already seen it. You know, would you sign something without a lawyer?
Of course not.
Yeah,
of
so
course
this was
not.
a very restrictive agreement. I've never seen anything quite like it.
What are they worried about?
I don't know. I haven't seen the film.
Oh my!
You know, and the problem is with his story right here and who he's talking to. When you're at this level right now, you look at somebody like Jesse Waters.
Today, I didn't.
Is Jesse Waters your friend? You know, should Chris Hansen really be telling Jesse Waters? Like, I know what I'll do. I'll get this out to the public. I'm going to get this information out to the public because that'll save me. You know, once the public finds out, there's no way they're going to be able to fuck me over. Oh yeah? Well, watch this. I mean, that's why people like Jesse Waters are in the positions that they're in. You know, you want to talk about a snake in the grass? That's what it looks like right there. And, you know, Most of my opinions about these people I cemented long ago, and then COVID. But when he sat there with Erica Kirk, Across America Kirk, in their conversation, you just know he's as big of a snake as they get. This guy.
See it.
You haven't seen it yet?
I was supposed to see it at 10 o'clock.
So, whatever. The fact that Chris Hansen got himself in that position, but he's always been a network guy. So if you sign with a major network, good luck to you. You're signing a lot of contracts, but I don't understand that one fully, because so what? Now he's able to just take legal action if he doesn't like the movie, if there's defamation, if there's inaccuracies. And we're just to think that those people, the powers to be, would just let that slide, that they're going to go from you need to sign this to okay, never mind. I don't buy it. ALV said he doesn't believe Michael Jackson was a pedo. I don't either. I don't either. I think at one point I might have, and I think Michael Jackson was a very abused person, and you could just tell, like, he if anybody was trying to warn us against certain people, it was him. We could go down the Michael Jackson rabbit hole. He was definitely, many interviews of him talking about who. So, but yeah, was he set up? 100%. 100% he was set up, and they're just, it's just invisible accusations, right? Is there any real person that came out and said, I mean, you look at like Macaulay Culkin and Corey Feldman, who spent a lot of time with them, they back up. I mean, Corey Feldman carries on Michael Jackson's name on stage to this day. So he has that much love for him. So, although Corey Feldman, I mean, I'm a fan of his, but man, I wish he would just take it a little bit more seriously, or pivot a little bit from the whatever he's doing. Although I am excited, they're coming out with Goonies 2. Hopefully it won't suck. Coming out with Goonies 2 and Gremlins 3. And a new Raiders of the Lost Ark. I'm ALV, great point, says Steendu. I'm glad I'm not the only one, says Grateful. MJ probably knew it was happening and he created a safe place for the kids. Yeah. And that Rabbi Shmuley was like one of the last people to visit him. I don't know if a lot of people know that too. That creepy motherfucker. And Corey is a whistleblower for, yeah. His father was a J-Gop. They took the guy's childhood away for singing, and people went, yeah. A lot of people think that he was chemically castrated by his father. Joe Jackson was a motherfucker, man. He makes Ike Turner look like, whoever. Remember, there's one video that's so fucked up of Tina Turner said, I can't remember what she said, and Ike Turner, they're live, and he's like, "'Cause I knocked the shit out of you." He sings it, "'Cause I knocked the shit out of you." Motherfucker, man. Joe is evil. Dollar signs, yeah. He cared about money and just, he was just evil. Yeah. Evil eats itself. It just does. It's a thing. Too bad you guys couldn't see my eyes. I was doing my Erica Kirk eyes. This guy, Vital, is just, these people are not real people. They're just absolutely put on the internet for who knows why, to promote gambling and different things like that. A fake pedophile catcher, Vitali. He just got out of jail not too long ago for I don't know what. He kind of tries to do the Chris Hansen, Alex Rosen thing. He thinks that the cops are there to arrest a pedophile.
Tell him he's here. Yeah, motherfucker. And I'm gonna make sure you get fucking locked up, and I'll make sure I will show up in court, and I'll make sure you get fucking press charges to the maximum. You're one of the worst of the worst. You sick fucking bastard, fucking kid fucker.
Put your hands on your back.
What? For what?
Put your hands behind your back.
For what? Okay, yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
What's going on? Let me see your phone.
What happened? What did I do?
Let go of the phone.
Okay.
Put the camera down. Can I see the camera down? One of those.
What did I do? What have I done wrong?
I don't get it. I don't understand why we have Chud the Builder, Alex Rosen, this Vitalik guy, Sneeko, all of those guys, Nick Fuentes. They're none of them are real people. None of them got to the top of the algorithm by a meritocracy. They got there because of an agenda. This is why we know shadow banning. We don't have to make the argument that shadow banning is real. What is real is that people that don't deserve to be at the top of the algorithm in all of our feeds get put there. And I guess some people could get put there because they spend enough money to get to the top of the algorithm. But some of these people are just blessed by the powers to be because they're part of the propaganda movement. It's just that simple. That's what social media is these days. It's not about entertainment. It's about it's about influence. It is about influencing us. And we are meant to be the audience. We're not supposed to be the influencers, guys. You know, they don't want us influencing anybody. Piss on Joe Jackson, no flowers. Yeah, 100%. Dean, I was about 10 feet from a bear last night. Oh, damn. Yeah. What's going on? What is going on? ALB's talking about, are you talking about what is going on with the shadow ban? I'm just saying, generally speaking, nothing to do with me or any of us, but I hear it from, big, the real creators out there, the ones that have, 100,000, 1 million followers or more, that this is going on, but again, the algorithm loves conflict and destruction. Yeah. So again, we don't have to make the argument that there's shadow banning. Okay. Because that's subjective. Well, maybe it's because your content sucks. That's why me personally, I'll never even say that, because I'm not a content creator. I'm just on here just complaining, and I might get a little bit better at certain things and it might lead to something else or whatever, but YouTube especially is very saturated, 2 billion users. And then you have to take into the account that you look at what's at the top of the feed. Why are certain things at the top of your feed that you don't want anything to do with? And I've done experiments on X where you block people, but you still see them because other people are paid to post their content, because you're going to see this person no matter what. If it wasn't for Floyd, it would have been a stare down. If it wasn't for Floyd, it would have been a stare down. That one's going over my head. Oh. Are you talking about, is that your husband? Are you talking about the bear? Or no, Floyd's not your husband. Floyd is what, your dog? Your dog is Floyd. What kind of dog is it, Grateful? I didn't even know you had a dog. Yeah, those dogs got to be careful, right? I mean, bears are, my guess is that those bears are not angry. They're not like mean bears, but they're still dangerous, right? Because they just, golden retriever. Okay. Because they don't know their own strength, and those, the claws that they have on them, those claws are just incredible. Have you ever seen a bear's claws up close? My Lord, it'll send chills down your spine because you know, like, just one swipe will just rip you apart. Literally, it'll just rip you up, shred you. Damn. Steendu's laughing. Stadaboon, Steendu, Stadaboon. The content sucks reason doesn't fly because the same content is a hit one day and then suddenly it gets no views. Big dogs loud, but big dogs loud. Dogs will deter a bear, and yes, I froze. I bet I would too. I froze at a raccoon. There was a raccoon outside one day, and it was like 4 o'clock in the morning. This was years ago, not at this house, and I was just staring at him. I was like, "Wow, that's so cool." And then I just happened to glance up. And there's a raccoon at the end of the branch, another one staring right at me. And he's just looking at me like, boy, I will fuck you up right now. Do something. That's how he was looking at me. Do something. He didn't even move. I could just feel it. He was saying, do it. Do something. See what happens. I will fuck your face up right now, bitch. And I froze. I was like, I couldn't even back up. It scared the shit out of me, and that's just a raccoon. I watched a documentary yesterday about how black bears are getting more violent and hunting humans. Don't say that, ALV. Oh, Lord, we had a rough night last night. The bear wanted in our garden. Vito will be in the house, and Thinda will be fighting the bear. CG2, hello, hello. Yeah, be careful, them bears. Now, Vivian Kubrick has been making a name for herself on X lately. That's the daughter of Stanley Kubrick, the famous director of The Shining. And she is really a fan of Candace Owens and does not like Erica Kirk. She doesn't like liars. She feels like her dad was done dirty. There's a whole thing about that, too. But she says here, this was yesterday, Erica Kirk's art of insinuation, when criticism is quietly recast as the work of evil. And then she goes on to, I don't have the voice to read all of this. But if anybody's on X, you should follow Vivian Kubrick. She's really insightful. And she can break some stuff down. And they're breaking down, I don't know if it's Vivian Kubrick who put the information out there, but it seems, and it just came out, that they found out that Erica Kirk was at an acting school. And that's why she's always looking up at the sky. Like, they know exactly what tactic she's using and all this stuff. Sorry, I lost my place. Go back to that one. What is Erica saying here?
A long time ago, when Charlie and I were getting married, a dear family friend of ours, Pastor James Cadiz, he said that the Lord will use your marriage in ways that you cannot even comprehend. And he reminded us of the spiritual warfare and the spiritual battle. And he said, sick people don't know that they're sick. And there is, again, we're in enemy-occupied territory. And the enemy would love nothing more than your territory that the Lord has blessed you with, to throw you off, to call you out by your sin, by your past, by all of that. When the Lord knows your name, the Lord will call you by your name. He will never call you by your sin. And what I realized with everything that has happened, doesn't matter the hecklers, doesn't matter the stuff online, doesn't matter all of that. You look at it in a different light. after going through all of this, because you really do see that the weapons, that they're forming. Oh, they're forming. They're forming. They won't prosper, but they're forming. And so as you see them forming in real time, you have the authority to speak back at them with the Lord's word. And you do it in a way where you know that you're on the winning side of this.
So manipulative, you know, I don't even really know what she's trying to say there, but I will say this. In a nutshell, what they're doing is they are just trying to manipulate us. They're trying to use Christianity and race and all of that stuff against us, you know. And you know, it's crazy because these people, the things that they literally murdered Charlie Kirk, and now they're just preaching about God. They just pivoted into preaching about God. I mean, it's like they took that murder and then they put the Bible in front of it and said, if you go against us, you're going against the word of God. Are you evil? Because if you know, you have to be evil to question what we're doing here. You know, it's all such manipulation. I was in the garden last night when suddenly a black bear came barreling out of the bushes. I screamed, "Get the hell out of here." He froze, pivoted, and disappeared. He was a young bear. Not damn, AOV. That was last night. So I guess bears are getting, you know. Well, it's another tactic. We've all grown up in the United States. We didn't have to worry about this at one point. And you can make the argument, well, they're, you know, building more houses and the bears are coming out, getting taken out of their environment. Okay, fine. Is that really what's happening? Has anybody been in a plane lately? Do you know how much forest and shit there is in this country for those bears? Come to Washington. Every bear in this country could fit in Washington State, and just probably the Gifford Pinchot National Forest alone. You know, and it is a real thing that, yeah, you can shake wildlife out of their natural habitat by building a neighborhood. But why are all the sharks attacking people right now? Why are all these neighborhoods getting burnt down? Why does a simple dumpster fire end up burning 700 houses and buildings? Why is Chicago experiencing 130-mile-an-hour streamline winds? Arizona, 100-mile-an-hour winds just in the last day or two. Flooding everywhere. You know, is it Mother Nature? Or it's crazy, ALV. They're mesmerizing. The one I saw was around 7:30. Hubby had gone to bed because he was exhausted. He got to be loud. Bang. Bang the pots. I don't trust Erica as far as I could throw a bear. Same. She claims to be Catholic, but no Catholic talks that way. Catholicism is a very private and individualist religion. We do not evangelize. Damn it, LOV with all these words. Evangelize. We do not evangelize. You got me speaking Italian over here. Yep. Yeah, because she's a liar. They're all lying. What it is the people, I mean, we can say Israel, but Israel is not a real thing. Israel is just an illusion of people, you know, it's created in 1948. It's just people that have power and money that created a place where they can evade prosecution. And they use religion and all this shit to disguise what they were doing. Now it's just, you know, now they want America, you know, now they're taking over, and they are. You know, people are not voting these people in. Our elections are completely rigged. I mean, just take Victor Marx, for example. In the real world, no one would ever put a dude who cut off the head of a cat and shot a human when you were 7 in as a governor. It's not possible in the real world. You know, I'm sorry, sir. I understand you turned your life around. Unfortunately, there's just certain things that you don't get a pass on. There's plenty of other things you can do. We could even put you in government. You just can't be a governor. You can't be in charge of people like that if you cut off the head of a cat. I'm sorry. But that's what they're doing to us. Or the DeSantis's guy. Did Ron DeSantis not know that that dude made his grandson do that to him? I mean, whether that's true or not, obviously there's some truth to it because he got arrested for 5 felony counts of kidnapping and lewd conduct to someone under 12. Ron DeSantis didn't know about that? Or are these people being put in there on purpose? My opinion is, and I'm dead serious about this, they're being put in there on purpose. And think about that. Think about that for the public schools, the churches, the libraries, everywhere. It's not good. Roman Catholic forever, bears, false prophet, yes, all that. Okay, let's move on to another story. We've seen this accident. If you guys didn't see it, this was in New York. Nobody was killed. This is the aftermath. This black gentleman sitting down, his leg is broken, shattered from a Corvette. That guy is still alive, and the guy you're about to see in the driver's seat is still alive.
Damn, my nigga. These niggas did some bullshit. Yo, my nigga. Holy shit. Oh my God.
Yeah. Yep. We don't need flock cameras. We just need common sense. We need to go back to where, every so often you put the police on the side of the road and the people that are doing, 100 miles an hour, you pull them over. And you can take those people to jail too, by the way. Those people should go to jail. You get a nice ticket if you're doing, 15 miles over the speed limit, or depending where you're at. If you're in a school zone, if you're doing anything over the speed limit, you get pulled over. If school just got out, all that shit, you better be fucking doing the speed limit. In a normal, on the freeway, whatever, I don't know what the 10, 15 miles, whatever it is. I guess it depends on the situation. You get a ticket. But if you're doing 100 in a 35, you should go to jail, in my opinion. Like straight to jail. I don't give a fuck who it is. The police should not even be chasing anybody at 100 miles an hour through the city like that. I've wondered, is American government wanting to change the image of America? We've had a wholesome Christian philosophy since the beginning of time. Now it's third world country government. Yes, that is what they're doing. It is, we just had some really, really disgusting people that had a lot of power. John Podesta, for example, and the Podesta plan. That's what a lot of this is. A lot of this are these like think tank agendas that are just being rolled out. They came up with these a long time ago, and it's just a playbook that they're rolling out. And yeah, they have a plan for it, and it's horrible. But yeah, we are definitely have been hijacked by a different group of people, because do you see all the Democrats coming out yelling and screaming about this? It's just a game. Politics is a dirty business. Yes, it is. Tommy Stiggs. I just got here and realized why I'm not here. Panic attack. That is a panic attack right there. Grateful says, take your Xanax, Tommy. Everybody lived in that accident, but yeah, no, it's absolutely unacceptable. And we played the news clip of it where the dude who owns the little the deli here, if this would have happened just a little bit later, he would have been killed because he would have been right there at the window. This is another panic attack video. A small plane crashed into Pennsylvania State Police helicopter in Carlisle Airport yesterday. 1 dead, 2 injured. So it's not too graphic, but I'm going to show it. It's crazy. I don't know how this happened. Never know. Be careful out there. Christina Applegate got her Hollywood star, and I'm pretty sure she was sick with something, right? I always liked her. Star on the Walk of Fame for Al Bundy's daughter.
Ladies and gentlemen, we proudly welcome to the Hollywood Walk of Fame, Christina Applegate. Hi, my people. Hi, my lovers. Oh, you're all so gorgeous. Every single one of you. Wow. I love you guys so much. Katie's gonna have to stand up here with me because, what? Did I win $1 million? Better. What did I win? It's better than that. What? Okay, well, you're gonna shift the disabled lady. No. Right here. On behalf of the Hollywood Chamber of Commerce, we now declare today Christina Applegate Day in Hollywood. Let me try that one more time. We now declare today Christina Applegate Day in Hollywood. That's better than $1 million, I think.
So good for her. Glad to see it. She's not well. I know she's she just got out of the hospital recently. She was in for quite some time. She has MS. Okay. Hey teacher, hello. I missed the start of Osada's show. I saw a lemonade stand selling mango lemonade. Yum. I sell mango lemonade too. Now I've got pineapple, mango, strawberry, peach, 4-berry, which is blueberry, blackberry, raspberry, and strawberry mixed, and huckleberry. All real fruit. And you can mix them too. Yesterday somebody ordered a peach huckleberry lemonade. So yeah, it is a happy story. Good for her. The happy stories won't last though, unfortunately. Nick Fuentes, yesterday we played a video of some type of bug crawling on him. He says it wasn't a cockroach.
I never thought the first surprise guest you would have in the studio would be Hassan Piker on your shoulder last night.
That was freaky. That was a centipede, by the way. People said it was a roach. That was very clearly a house centipede, which it's like, look, okay, yeah, those are fairly common here, okay? That's not like you keep trash around those. They eat spiders, so that was freaky, though. I'm glad I didn't see it because I would have lost my fucking mind if I saw it. I came into the studio today just like looking for it, even though that's insane.
It could have been Erica Kirk, you know. Erica Kirk and Andrew Colbert as the Wonder Twins, form of a cockroach, shape of a hat. Transport to Nick Fuentes' house. What was I going to say about this guy? Nothing. Oh, I know what I was going to say. It's spider season right now. You know, spiders come in the house to find their mate in like August, September. There's a spider the size of a dinner plate on the wall in the living room last night. And I was like, you know what? I'll just leave him alone. Then I seen him in the hallway right across from my door this morning. And then that was when and I went into the bathroom. When I came out of the bathroom, which was like 45 seconds later, he's gone. So where is he at now? I didn't see him. So he's probably in my room somewhere. Let me look around the wall. I mean, he's a big guy too. But what are you gonna do? It's that time of year. Yick, yeah. Nick Fuentes is just yick in general. This dude is the definition of a government plant. This guy was on the staircase of the Capitol building on January 6th. The infamous January 6th when they stormed the Capitol building with the dude that had his face painted and the horns on his head. I mean, does anybody in the real world really believe that shit goes on in real life? You know? And then this clown is there with a megaphone in his hand. He cannot be a real person, but here we are. And again, it's not, this isn't from Nick. I'm pretty sure I blocked this guy. Know what this guy's talking about. Let's listen.
All right, guys. So I took the Crowder challenge. I heard him out. He was doing some rant where he's like, just assume for a second that Candace admitted she had no evidence regarding Charlie Kirk and how you reacted. Do you remember how you felt when Charlie was killed? Did you ever think that it would spin out into something that would shatter the right in the face that leftist violence would defeat us? It's absolutely pathetic. It's absolutely pathetic.
I don't think this one's worth watching. We'll skip it. Spray the spider with hairspray, preferably Aquanet. I'm gonna leave that guy alone. There's certain spiders I would kill immediately. This guy is just a big house spider. He's fine. He ain't gonna hurt nobody. There had been a reason why I bookmarked that one, but I'm just gonna move on. This is at Citi Field. Not sure where Citi Field is, but there was a raccoon stealing peanut shells.
Holy hell. That's, yeah.
Oh, he's back. Oh my God. Wait, Jameson, sit back. Dude.
Holy hell. That's, yeah.
Oh, he's back.
That is awesome. I mean, that's got to be a raccoon, right? Yeah, it says it's a raccoon. We had Aquanet helmet spray. Oh yeah, that stuff is you can literally, create a helmet. I could not be around Aquanet today. I remember, I mean, I used it myself for a while because I used to like use a comb and put the little feathers in my hair to the side, you know, feather your hair back, spray a little Aquanet on there, put a little mousse in there, put a little gel in there, you know. Now I use a little bit of tea tree oil. It's like that green. It's got to be. I can't use anything that's got any type of a weird scent in it. If it smells funny, I'm not using it. But yeah, back in the day, Aquanet. My sister, good God. Before school, you go in there and it, you know, good luck. I'm surprised my parents didn't blow the house up. With all that Aquanet and my parents smoking their Marbs in the house, oh my God. We had the Marb Reds and the Marb Lights burning at the same time. With the coffee cans. My parents had coffee cans, one in their room, one in their bedroom, and one downstairs in the living room between the two couches. My dad would sit on the edge of one couch. My mom would sit on the edge of the other couch. And there was like a corner table in the corner there with a lamp, and underneath of it was a pile of newspapers in the Tacoma News Tribune and a coffee can, a Folgers coffee can. And once the ashtray would pile up, they would dump the cigarettes into the coffee can, put the lid on. I don't know why. That's just what they did. Tea tree oil is pretty scenty. Well, Let me see if that's what it is. Tea tree hair and body moisturizer, leave-in conditioner. I mean, it's definitely got a scent to it. So yeah, it does. But it's the one that I can tolerate the most. Put it that way. So, and the same thing with my shampoo. I can't use it like scenty shampoo. I got tea tree replenishing shampoo with peppermint and yucca. It's a nice scent, but pure tea tree is very scenty. Interesting. All right, let's move on to the next. So we played this chick yesterday, pouring the water on her baby, right? That's a different one. But it says she was previously charged with involuntary manslaughter after a 4-month-old died in her unlicensed daycare. And so there's multiple videos of her doing this to a baby. This is a different one from the one we showed yesterday. And you could just, there's something wrong with that lady. She needs to be taken away from all kids immediately. Who in their right mind would let that lady around their baby? She's already looks to be responsible for the death of a 4-month-old, and she's done this to multiple babies for clicks and views on Instagram. I mean, you got to be mentally ill. And she just looks like Susan Smith or one of those murderers. Can't think of the other lady. What was the lady just recently, the last 10 years that something was, I think her kid drowned or her kid disappeared. They found her by a McDonald's or something. Lacey Peterson, not Lacey Peterson. Can't remember. Anyway, it's just disgusting behavior. People like this should be banned from social media. Okay, here's a reader's note that it's not the same woman that did that. Apparently, they're two different people. Either way, I think that was all of the videos except for the one I wanted to play here at the end. Yeah, the Owen Benjamin one. He's pretty insightful here, so I want to play this for a second. Let me pause it. It won't pause.
Okay, I just got done with jury duty, so I'm extra fired. Okay, I just got done with jury duty.
It won't pause. So I'll start it over in a second. That's the one I'm going to play. Yeah, let's play this video. What does it say here? Basically, I think what he's doing is he's making a point on how these people in power now are manipulating us. Even though we know they're wrong, they're using their mental tactics and gaslighting and all that kind of stuff. So let's listen to it.
So I'm extra fired up to make this point. People assuming Tyler Robinson's innocence are actually being American. That's 100% the right move. The state has to prove it. So this gypsy Silk Road trickster magician nonsense, if you're fighting against it, you're actually being American. And it comes from British common law. So don't question yourself on that. They have to prove it. They tainted the jury pool, not us. So let's go through some of the ridiculous claims that Andrew Wilson said to Candace Owens about the ballistics.
Dispute this claim that a 30-06 could not have made this wound. I think that that's absurd. 150 grain Remington core lock absolutely could shatter when it hits the neck of any human being. When you say that there's some steel neck and it's a smaller caliber, you have to make a counter explanation. Why wouldn't a smaller caliber also go through bone?
It could. I didn't say it can't.
Right, exactly. So if that's the case.
First off, she doesn't have to make a counter explanation. Our system, it's innocent until proven guilty, beyond a reasonable doubt, and the state has to prove it. It's not up to us to prove innocence. I just did jury duty. When she agreed with him and he's like, yeah, exactly. It's maddening, man. These guys are Silk Road gypsies. This dude, I'll shout him out at the end, does a great job testing these claims.
Then ammunition is going to be the critical key here. And if we have frangible ammunition, which we do in this case.
Core locked soft point is not frangible ammo. It actually has a casing around it, the jacket around the lead. It is designed to not break apart.
And if we have frangible ammunition, which we do in this case.
The Remington soft point, core locked, 150 grain, 30-06 Springfield is not frangible ammunition. The link product that is here, the bullet construction is a tapered copper jacket locked to a solid lead core. It's designed for controlled expansion when hunting, not to be frangible. It is not made of compounds designed to be frangible either. It's used for big game. Frangible ammo is actually projectiles that are typically made from compressed powdered metals. They are designed to disintegrate into fine particles on hard surfaces to minimize ricochet and splashback often.
So he's just lying, and he's not mistaken, because he would have fixed the record. He would have apologized after. I'm sure a million people have pointed this out to him. Frangible rounds are a whole different thing. So what he's saying is just not true. He says it very confidently. And then when you realize he doesn't correct the record or even acknowledge that.
It's not really what I thought this video was about. You know, Candace is on vacation right now. She's on vacation for 10 days, but she's really pissed off. I'm at Terrell Farnsworth especially. And so that's the dude who stood on Charlie Kirk's chair. And yesterday she dropped a video, 2 videos in the last 2 days of this dude who took the SD card out of the camera. And he immediately gets on his laptop and puts it in there and starts doing something with it and handing something off. And then does all of this shady shit. And within like 45 seconds, he takes that camera and he has it all taken care of. And then he's up on that concrete barrier recording himself. I mean, these people are super fucking weird. The whole time looking around. It's pretty wild. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm going to play some, do some Italian before I get out of here. But yeah, it was Steven Crowder that was talking to his wife like that. He's just he's such a douchebag, that guy. All of them are. Okay, here we go. We're in Greet and Say Goodbye.
Io sono Leo.
Io sono Leo. I am Leo.
Buongiorno. Come va?
So if he's saying good morning, how are you? You say, I'm well, thank you.
Piacere, Isa.
Piacere, Isa, that means pleased to meet you, Isa. I learned a couple new words last night.
A presto, Pina.
A presto. Pina.
See you soon, Peanut.
Buongiorno, come va?
Good morning. How's it going? How is it going?
Piacere, Ugo.
Hold on. Piacere, Ugo. Better get
Salve, come va?
hello. How is it going?
Piacere, Leo.
Piacere, Leo. Sounds like some Godfather shit right there.
Salve.
So they're saying hello. So you're not going to say thank you. You're going to say Io sono Leo. It says hello, and you say I am Leo.
Bene.
Bene. Bene. Better give it to me.
Buongiorno.
Here we go with Osada's linguistics class. Yes. All right, let's see here. Buongiorno, good morning. Then they're going to say, hello, I am Isa. Or perfect, thank you. No. Hello, I am Isa.
Piacere, Anna.
Piacere, Anna. Three days in a row, I've done it. Can I make it to my next checkpoint? 7 days in a row. Yeah. Let's just keep it moving, shall we? Pro tip, after a lesson, write down as many, fill in the blanks. Salve,
Io sono
Isa.
Isa.
Good morning, Isa. Buongiorno,
Buongiorno.
Isa.
Isa.
Salve, io sono Leo.
Hello, I am Leo. What am I in the first grade now or what? Good morning, Leo. Buongiorno, Leo.
Io sono Isa.
Io sono Isa. Good morning. I am Isa. Buongiorno.
Buongiorno.
Io sono
Isa.
Isa.
Buongiorno, Leo.
Good morning, Leo.
Buongiorno. Io sono Isa.
Buongiorno. Io sono Isa. Better give it to me.
Io sono Leo.
That was perfect. Io sono Leo. I am Leo. Io sono Leo.
Io sono Leo.
Buongiorno. Io sono Isa.
Buongiorno. Io sono Isa. Ooh, you gave that one to me quick. Buongiorno, Isa. Close the same. Let's make it a bit harder, it says. Type in Italian. I am Leo. Io sono Leo. They thought they could get me. Salve. Io sono Leo. I don't know how to spell this one. Buongiorno. You don't capitalize Io, probably. Io sono Leo. Motherfucker. What? Oh, it's U-O. That's close enough. Giorno. What did I put? Gouno. Buono, Buon. How am I going to remember this? Buon G Orno. Buon G Orno. Motherfucker. All right, let's see here. Good morning. I am Leo. I have to write it again. Buon G Orno. Got it. One more. Very good, Osada. Thank you, grateful. Hey, teacher's laughing. Bon Jovi. Bonjour. No. Yep, I got to remember how to spell it. Buon Giorno. Buon Giorno. It's the only way I'm going to remember. Unless I do like an acronym. Billy. No, that's not going to work. All right, here we go. Piace. Io sono Isa.
Io sono.
I am Ugo.
Io sono Ugo.
Io sono Anna.
I'm Anna. How's it going, Anna? Come va, Anna? Good morning, I am Anna.
Buongiorno.
Oh, they have the words there. Buongiorno, io
Io
sono Anna.
Anna. Buongiorno, io sono Anna.
Hello, how's it going? Salve.
Salve.
Come va?
Come va?
Come va, Anna?
Come va, Anna? What? Come va, Anna?
Come va, Isa?
How's it going, Isa?
Piacere, io sono Leo.
Piacere, io sono Leo. I mean, it's like fluent over here. Pleased to meet you, Ugo. Piacere, Ugo.
Io sono Ugo.
Ugo. Piacere, io sono Leo.
Io sono.
Bit harder. I'm Anna. Io sono Anna. Nice to meet you. I am Leo. Piacere, is that how you say it? Io sono Leo. I'm getting good. Keep it coming. Perfect lesson. Tales of the fourth grade, nothing right here. What's that guy's name? Turtle? Judy Bloom. Do you guys read those books still to kids? Those are my favorite books. All right, where are we at here? I'm gonna do another one. Might as well. Salve, Ugo, io sono Teo.
Teo.
Hello, Ugo. I am Teo. A presto, Pina. Hello, I am Pina. Salve.
Salve. Io sono Pina. Buongiorno, io sono Pina.
Thank you. What's good? Well, bene. Bene, grazie. Bene, grazie.
A presto, Anna.
A presto, Anna. A presto, Anna.
A presto, Teo.
A presto, Teo. Good. Wait. No. See you soon, Teo.
Salve, io sono Teo.
Salve, io sono Teo.
Buongiorno, io sono Teo.
Teo.
Bene, grazie.
Bene, grazie. Good. Bene.
Bene.
Salve, salve Pina, io
Sono Isa.
Write this in Italian. Hello, I am Teo. Salve, io sono Teo. Buongiorno, io sono Teo. Buongiorno, io sono Pina. Right, one more and that's it. Arrivederci means goodbye, yes. Good morning, I am Leo. Buongiorno, io sono Leo.
Piacere, Isa.
Piacere. Pleased to meet you, Isa. See you soon, Teo. A presto,
Presto.
Teo.
Teo.
Piacere, io sono Leo.
Nice to meet you. I am Leo. Hello, how's it going?
Salve. Come va?
Buongiorno, come va?
Good morning. How is it going? A presto,
Presto. Pina.
pleased to meet you, Isa. What's the word again? Piacere. Piacere.
A presto, Pina.
See you soon, Peanut. Nice to meet you. I am Leo. Piacere.
Buongiorno, io sono Isa.
Buongiorno.
Come va, Anna?
Right. I earned a gem. All right, I'm gonna stop it there, guys. I gotta get a move on. Yesterday was actually a pretty good day down at the admin building. I didn't realize they were gonna have an event down there. They did something for veterans. I think they said Veterans Day or something. It's not Veterans Day, is it? I don't know. I don't know what it was, but it was good and bad because it ended up being good. It was perfect for me. I mean, so, but one of my friends who owns a food truck showed up the first day that they decided. I told them about it a couple months ago. The first day that they decide to come is the day that they just happen to have this event and they're catering free food to everybody there. So there's no reason to have a food truck there. So it was kind of disappointing because I was like, oh, damn, I'm going to get a Philly cheesesteak sandwich and a Cambodian iced coffee today. Didn't happen though. Yep. Hey, teacher. Grateful. Thanks for hanging out. I know ALV and Tommy and Tindu are laughing at my Italian. Afangu. I don't know any of the cuss words yet. Your sister I don't know. I don't know any of the cuss words yet, but I'm going to speak better Italian than those guys. And then I'm going to call up Charlie and talk about Tommy and Tindu. Like, talk shit about him to Charlie in Italian. All right, guys. Have a good one. And we will talk to you guys soon. You as well, CG2. Forgot about. I always forget about you because you don't comment as much. I need to write CG2's name down on a post. Don't forget to say goodbye to CG2. See you guys. Happy Friday.